because now they were getting heavily taxed on farm products, and also the statistics on the production outputs in terms of the industries and the farms also decreased, because the People's Republic of China was now ending all forms of private enterprises. So there were no private enterprises, everything became state-owned. Now it means that people in the farms would work and produce certain products, and they would be taken to the city to be given to people who are working in the industries. And at the time, one can say that China was a country that was focusing on producing more quantity than quality, and they were heavily criticized, and some of the things that they produced weren't really selling that much. Hence, even the economy at some point it started going down. You see, so those are the points that actually made me to actually realize that no, man, Mao's economic policies were not a success. So when you look at such things, you actually realize that no, Mao's economic policies were not a success, because now collectivization of everything. Now imagine people in farms, peasants, their products taken away from them at some point to be taken to the city, and some even ended up banning farms. So you see that it actually resulted in a lot of bad things, but then it also just didn't end there. So was a dismal failure after 3 years, man. The Great Leap Forward was implemented only for 3 years, and like there was already starvation in China, and Mao couldn't even contain the starvation. People were dying of famine, and all those things were an embarrassment, man. Like imagine being a president of a country where people are dying not because of coronavirus, but because of the economic policies that you've implemented, but because of the economic policies that actually disadvantage the people more than anything else, and that takes away the market freedom within the society, because now you actually know the importance of having the private sector, especially if you want to have a private public participation kind of a setup where they both work together and deliver services to the masses the best way possible. So that's how it was actually a failure. So I want to read out like a few points which I feel like you need to write down, are very important, like, and they actually relate to the things that I've just explained as to how did the cultural revolution, and not even the cultural revolution, the Great Leap Forward failure. And also I've told you the aims of having the Great Leap Forward, so that it was aimed at pushing the communism agenda, to make communism as influential as possible. As you know, China is one of the countries which are advocates of communism, and of lately they've been able to pull it off quite greatly. But during Mao's era, during the times of the Great Leap Forward, man, it was very bad, because people died, and not because of coronavirus, but because there wasn't food security, and the economy was bad. And to a certain extent, China became a one-party state. Now Mao Zedong wasn't challengeable, so now his party became the only party that could actually lead China. So you see, even the policies that he had made, or that he had implemented politically, were also of those of dictators, and historically we know that dictatorship states haven't been able to succeed that much in terms of achieving development and economic growth, especially in the betterment of the livelihoods of the people. more than anything else. So that was also the case in China. They failed to do that to the Great Leap Forward, which was a success, and it was implemented from 1958, 2 years, 1959, 1960, then which means in 1961, Mao realized that no, and it's been 3 years with this thing, and it hasn't been showing any good signs. It hasn't been any form of success to anybody, especially. And it was I think it was also some sort of embarrassment from his side to see that no, man, people are dying, and this, I don't think this is how Karl Marx imagined communism to be. I don't think this is what Stalin imagined the 5 years plan to be something like, but then it actually turned out to be something else under Mao's leadership and under Mao's era in the People's Republic of China, which actually led to him coming up with the Cultural Revolution. So I strongly believe that all the things that happened during the Great Leap Forward were such an embarrassment. It's not an academic fact. It's just my opinion that they were an embarrassment, man. And it only makes sense that you'd abandon something that actually led to people who are starving. It actually led to people dying. It actually led to job losses. It actually led to a decrease in production. It actually led to total eradication of the private sector in all forms. So you actually understand that it becomes a problem when something ends up with so many bad impacts or negative impacts on the society. Now let's move to the cultural revolution. I'm gonna send the points in the groups. In fact, in the group we only have one group for history, so I'm gonna send the points about this essay on the group. You'll be able to see them, but also remember that this is a question from your June-May question paper 2018, section B, question 4, China Mao. That's the essay we are tackling today, and we'll be tackling many more essays in the next few minutes. So let me sanitize for a bit.